Welcome to the Curiosity Club. Today, let's touch a little bit on collective intelligence and collective stupidity. What is collective intelligence? Just from the name, you can get a basic idea. Indeed, collective intelligence, also known as group intelligence, refers to consensus decision-making that arises from the collective efforts, collaboration, and competition of many individuals, with the resulting decision being wiser than that of an individual. Collective intelligence is observed in bacteria, animals, humans, and computer networks. The most representative examples include fish schools and bird flocks evading predators and foraging for food, as well as the collective foraging and nest-building behavior of ant colonies and beehives. From a micro perspective, we can also view an individual as an expression of collective intelligence. As humans, we are not simply constructed structures. Instead, we are built from cells to tissues, then organs, bodies, and finally societies. Interestingly, each layer has its own competencies to address corresponding problems. For instance, at the cellular level, the primary focus is on solving issues related to physiological functions, gene expression, and metabolic range. This progression continues, ultimately forming a larger-scale organism. In essence, these processes can be seen as a manifestation of intelligence as well. Human society has drawn valuable lessons from collective intelligence in the natural world. Here are a few examples. Fish schools. When fish swim together, their tail fins move in synchronization. The same movement can be observed in wind farms, where all the turbine blades rotate in the same direction and at the same speed, ensuring that one turbine does not disrupt the wind flow for others. Additionally, when they rotate in the same direction, they experience minimal air resistance, resulting in maximum energy generation. Ant colonies. Ants are capable of finding the shortest path when transporting food. After discovering food, ants leave a compound on the ground called pheromones when returning to the colony. The more ants that choose a particular path, the stronger the pheromone trail becomes. Pheromones also gradually evaporate, so longer paths leave fewer traces. Over time, ants tend to choose the path with the strongest pheromone trail, ultimately leading to the shortest route. This principle is applied in the coordination systems of logistics robots. The pheromones turn to be data in the robot world. Fungal networks. Has anyone played Sony video game The Last of Us?
Here come more!
How many of these things are there?
I have no idea.
While not reaching the levels seen in the video game, real-world fungi have their own forms of collective intelligence. They optimize their nutrient transfer structures during growth through mechanisms like directional memory and collision. Scientists have even attempted to harness this mechanism in laboratories to create self-generating logic circuits using fungi. While not all scientists consider fungi to possess collective intelligence, who's to say that fungi don't aspire to be seen that way? Every sword has two sides. Corresponding to collective intelligence, is there collective stupidity? The answer is clearly yes. Collective foolishness can manifest like this. And also like this. In the world of ants, there is a strange phenomenon known as the ant mill or death spiral, where ants march in circles until they become exhausted and die. This behavior has been observed only in army ants. If ants become separated from the main foraging party, they start to follow each other, forming a continuous rotating circle until they eventually succumb to exhaustion. In human society, collective stupidity refers to a situation in a group where members tend to adopt the collective decision in order to maintain consistency and reduce conflict, while ignoring individual judgment and criticism. Because differing viewpoints and critiques from individuals are suppressed or overlooked, it can lead to the team making unwise and impractical decisions. Collective stupidity typically occurs in highly collaborative or close-knit teams where members seek to maintain a harmonious atmosphere. Some characteristics of collective stupidity include: members suppress their differing opinions to achieve consensus and avoid conflict. Members may be reluctant to question the team's opinions or decisions because they fear being seen as dissenting or nonconformist. The viewpoints of team leaders often wield significant influence on decisions, and members may follow the leader's perspective. Members may intentionally or unintentionally filter out information that contradicts the team's opinion. Collective foolishness can lead to poor decisions because critical information is overlooked and risks are underestimated. One of the most notable examples of collective stupidity is the disaster of the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986, operated by NASA. The Challenger space shuttle was a crucial project for NASA, and it underwent a historic launch on January 28, 1986. Shockingly, just 73 seconds after liftoff, the spacecraft disintegrated in mid-air, resulting in the deaths of all 7 astronauts on board. The catalyst for this disaster was the failure of an O-ring rubber seal, which led to fuel leakage and an explosion. Prior to the launch, some engineers had voiced concerns that low temperatures might affect the performance of the rubber O-rings. However, senior management dismissed these concerns, chose to disregard the relevant information, and did not adequately address the O-ring issue, because they were eager to proceed with the launch as planned to maintain NASA's reputation. In such an atmosphere, significant pressure was also placed on the team, making it difficult for those expressing concerns to be heard, ultimately leading to the tragic outcome. With that, we've covered both collective intelligence and collective stupidity. As a human, have you ever participated in either of them? Okay, that's all for today. See you next time.